everybody, this is Praxis, and I'm back on site today trying to finish up these pantry shelves, and I don't think I'll have any trouble finishing them up. It's going pretty well. By the end of the day yesterday, I had attached the two end pieces, these end supports here, this morning when I came in, I fabricated up the rest of the middle ones, these three middle ones, and I took them and I leaned them up against one side over here. The reason for that was that just after that, I made these shelf boards, and these are going to fill up this whole area here. And I slid all the shelf boards onto them before I took these guys and walked them out. The reason for that is that if I put these all in position first, I wouldn't have been able to get the shelf boards in because I couldn't have manipulated them into position because there's not enough room to kind of get back to get them in. So with all these middle supports off to the side, I was able to just tuck them into one side, tuck them into the other, and then these guys slid out. I pre-marked the walls in the back, so I've been able to attach them all. They're all attached at this point. The fronts are a little bit wonky. The next step for me is to get some cross bracing on these, get them all true and plumb, make sure that the spacing on the front is perfect 32 inches. The reason for that is that I have tubs that are 16 inches wide, or a little bit under 16 inches wide, and that way I can get two in, and I suppose I don't have to pull both out at the same time, but I want to make sure that I could if I wanted to. I wanted to mention something. While I was putting this in, you recall yesterday I was having a little trouble with these Tapcon screws. I found out that, I think it was just the screws themselves, they were not really all that precise in terms of their hex head. I tried another brand of screws. These are made by Snug, and these really engaged with the driver bit securely, and I was able to drive them in a heck of a lot better. I actually replaced a few of the other ones because I was able to get them driven in snugger. Is that word, snugger? I don't know, more snugly. Just a word about that. Snug concrete screws, they seem really decent to me. At least they were better than the Tapcons that I'd had. Another issue that I'd had is that while I was driving them in, I'm using this Bosch impact driver. This is just plugged into the wall down here, and I kept tripping the breakers. We're using those arc fault breakers. I was forced to buy these arc fault breakers. They're like new tech. Instead of being like $5 each, they're like $45 each. They're supposed to be safer. They trip a lot more easily, and that's really irritating when you're working with power tools. I think they're kind of tuned for the idea of like, oh my God, there's a lot of power going out. There must be something wrong. Why would you need that much power for your cell phone charging? Because I'm using power tools is the answer. They kept tripping off, and they're supposed to be a safety feature, and I suppose from some things they're protecting you, but they also create their own dangers. Last night I'm doing the impact driver into the wall, and it trips the arc fault breaker, and I'm plunged into darkness with a power tool in my hand, and I can't even get the thing out of the wall because you need to run it to kind of back it out. And it's like so many things with people. It's like they come up with a new idea and they think just because it's new it must be better than what they were doing before. I'm just throwing it out there. If you end up using these arc fault breakers, be prepared to be irritated by them if you're going to be doing anything like running power tools or whatever, because they trip a lot. I think they're just, like I said, made for charging your cell phone or whatever. But overall, it's going all right. I'm just going to get these fronts all aligned, put the boards in place, and then what I'll be able to do is bring all the food from the warmest room of the house where I've been storing it down here to the coolest room of the house. And when I bring more food, instead of having to go up 2 flights of stairs, I can just walk it in, which is the way this place was always designed. Food comes right in the front door, right into here, and it's an easy jump from here to the kitchen afterwards. Getting there. That's it. Thanks for watching.